Hello, 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 Chicago Bears fans. Welcome to the Bears Den podcast number 69. We have a great show lined up for you tonight, or we thought we did, but we lost to the Packers 28-21. But anyway, as always, please like us, subscribe to us, follow us, share our content, show us some love. You can find us on Facebook, X, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Don't be shy tonight. Send us your comments, send us your feedback. We love when the audience interacts with us. Now, let me introduce the rest of the Bears in the den. We got the superstar Todd. We got the megastar Arthur joining us from T Formation Talk. And as always, we got the bad guy, Chicago Clarence. So let me kick it off. Unfortunately, we lost. I'm very pissed off about it. Not going to lie. I hate losing to these guys. Hate it with a passion. To me, there were plays to be made. We didn't show up in the first half. I don't know what we were doing, why we start so slow. The second half, I thought Caleb Williams looked like a franchise quarterback. 3 of the throws he made, I thought were why he's a franchise quarterback or why he has that label. But first half, we were miserable. Second half, we looked good. Todd, what did you think?
Yeah, I think that the defense was terrible. I think the tackling.
Yes, it is.
And I don't understand how a quarterback can hit, a 95%, percentile percentage of difficulty pass and make it look easy and can't hit a check down. It kills me. I don't know how they fix that. Just overthrowing guys 5 feet in front of you. I don't understand that at all. But he's great, but he has got to learn to take the easy play. I'm frustrated with it.
Arthur, what did you think of the game?
I mean, first half was rough, but honestly, like for me, I didn't expect the Bears to go to Lambeau and win. I expected a close game and a fight, and that's what I saw. The first half was rough, but Dennis Allen was getting cooked. Matt LaFleur was running them off the field. Honestly, Dennis Allen was getting cooked. I mean, but it's hard when you don't have a pass rush.
It is. It is. Chicago Clarence, I know you were quite animated Sunday. What do you think?
I've got some mixed emotions. My first gut knee jerk reaction is very disappointed in the defense as a whole. Um, we're going to talk about the offense, but I didn't think the defense came to play.
No.
There were people who were their gaps. Our gap integrity as a whole was horrible. Jacobs was dead to rights on several plays and was able to make it through breaking arm tackles because we weren't in the correct gaps, because we didn't wrap up. Our form tackling was atrocious. And then the big plays that we allowed.
Yes.
We haven't seen that out of them in a very long time. And when we went up against Justin Jefferson, you didn't see Justin Jefferson cooking us the way Christian Watson was. And Christian Watson is not even in his stratosphere. You didn't see Jamar Chase cooking us the way that Christian Watson was. And I forget the other kid that they had.
Melton with the other busted
I
coverage
mean,
touchdown.
we could not. They were running away from coverage all game, wide open. And the same old thing that we've been talking about all year reared its ugly head once again. The fact that we cannot get to the quarterback, we cannot speed his clock up at all. And you can let any competent quarterback sit in the pocket unmolested, and he is going to make you have a very long day. I am very surprised we only gave up 28 points, to be honest with you guys.
I mean, to me personally, the plays of the game was the Loveland no catch. It was ruled a fumble, incompletion. They argued about it. But the reason that was huge is we gave up 3. We would have been in field goal range, and we came away with nothing. And that was after a Bayard interception. And then the Santos kick. I'm sorry, this guy cannot be on the roster next year. If you can't kick the ball into the end zone, you only can kick it to the 5 and constantly allow returns, but I get to the 30, 35, 40, you can't be here next year. I
Two
mean, I don't
things
know.
about that.
Go
Two
ahead.
things about that. Whose decision was it to tell him to squib kick it?
He may
If
have
there was a
slipped.
decision made,
He
and
may have
number
slipped.
two, it was a terrible execution of it.
Yeah.
Look, it's not new information that you have to wear, different cleats up there. That's something we've done every year for 50 years. It's not like the training staff doesn't know, hey, go check the field, you need these longer ones or whatever it is. That's a tired old story over and over and over again. Yeah, guys were changing them out in the first quarter because they're slipping and falling all over the place. I mean, come on.
He may have slipped.
Preparation. You're right, Todd. That's preparation.
Just McManus did it too. But the reason that Santos kick was so bad at the end of the first half is what happened. Very next play, Melton busted coverage touchdown. Instead of 7-3, it's now 14-3 going into half.
And they're getting it, and the fact that they got the ball first
Yes.
in the second half. So that's the reason why, because at that point, you're just trying not to give up points there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
they came out. The defense came out at halftime pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
I think it was a 3 and out on their first possession, but that's the same thing we did on our first possession, 3 and out. But yeah, no, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, it's going to be a 2 for 1 here, that they're going to, score both times and dig a hole for us.
and then this to me was the worst play I've ever seen in my life. How do you not bring Josh Jacobs down when you have 4 guys there? I mean, me and Clarence, I think we were ready to flip the effing table at the place.
That cost us the game.
It did.
That's a play that cost us the game.
Because
Right there.
Jacobs didn't rumble for 21 yards. I forget exactly what yard line he got to. And very next play, Austin Booker offsides. That puts us at the 4, or puts Green Bay at the 4. Next play, Green Bay touchdown, 28-21.
Well, I think that I don't know if Jalen came back too early.
He
or
put an arm into it.
Or worried
That's
about
it.
but maybe hold him up. But the Dexter's got to clean that up. He's right there. If Jalen can slow him down even a little bit, if he's not ready to take on a big tackle because he came back too early, I guess I understand. But Dexter's 300 some odd pounds. He's
And
right
Dexter
there. Wrap
just tried
that guy up.
Dexter just tried to do a power push. You can't do that with this
you
guy.
can't. Not with Jacobs. Come on.
No.
He does that guy. I mean, look, he's had flashes, but he's not guaranteed a roster spot next year.
No.
Dexter. And when he was a fairly high draft pick. So, but anyway.
And that made it 28-21. Clarence, what did you think of that play? Because you were pretty irate too when you saw it on TV.
I mean, I was disgusted by it. I mean, I'm getting mad just thinking about it again. We're sitting there. We had him for a 3-yard loss.
Mm-hmm.
We get off the field, and that would have been a particularly long field goal. But the simple fact of the matter is we hold them to 3. We're in the game. And you let him not only break those tackles with 4 guys, but he ran for another 25 yards.
Yeah.
It's inexcusable. It's inexcusable.
And then we had
inexcusable.
And then we had another Christian Watson busted touchdown coverage. I mean, we got cooked.
But even with that, we had leverage on him. He's at the short side of the field. We 4 guys right there. And he makes it through there, gets to the second level, run another 25 yards before we even able to push him out of bounds. And so that just culminated into what our day on defense summed up to be. Big plays by them, not so much by us.
And
I just pulled up Dexter's contract since I brought it up. He's under contract next year, but he is out of guaranteed money. So, but he's cheap. He's $1.6 million. I mean, he'll probably be on the team, but he could be the back end of the rotation.
In our first comment tonight, Bears defense looked off that night. I agree 1,000%. Caleb rushed that last second play in the end zone. I don't know if he rushed it. I think he was, in my opinion, I have the play. I'm going to bring it up. He was late with the ball, in my opinion, but we're going to get to that. Believe me, the play we're going to get to. Also, we just have no pass rush. Like Jordan Love just picked us apart. I mean, I have written down that someone threw up a stat. Kyler Gordon got ruled out. I don't know what happened in pregame.
Growing pull.
He's
growing pull.
officially done for the year.
Apparently a bad
Mhm.
growing pull, I said, but
Yeah.
So, but Jordan Love in the slot was 7 for 7, 150 yards and 3 touchdowns.
yeah,
He
Gardner
cooked our
Johnson.
slot cornerback.
Yeah,
He cooked
we've been calling him the safety that can be the backup nickel. He couldn't Sunday. They lit him up. So, but I mean, I'm still in his corner, but that didn't look good.
Yeah, I mean, our entire secondary looked horrible.
I mean, I gotta say though, there's a lot of mistakes from the secondary, but DA's game plan didn't look too good. I mean, if you look out throughout the game, you see Jordan Love seeing the two safeties deep. He
Yeah.
can running the ball with Jacobs. It was obvious. It was no type of disguise really. DA kind of do the same thing right outside the 20-yard line. He'll rush 7, or at least on the third down he'll rush 7. So it wasn't, it didn't seem little. It didn't seem much creative, in my opinion. You gotta somewhat be creative because Cal Gordon is out.
Yeah.
And
Well-
CJ Gardner, he's not. He's only like a nickel blitz. He's not.
Yeah.
You get somebody on a crosser on him, he's getting beat.
So this feels like the first game where Edmonds not being there because his ability to cover that's his primary ability.
Yep.
The first game that he wasn't there that it really affected what we could do in the middle. We were so soft in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, to me, at the end of the day, Dennis Allen, I think, thinks our defense is going to get to the quarterback. And then when we can't, then he has to dial up blitzes. Then we start getting cooked, especially if we don't get home. If we don't get to the quarterback, most of the time, the quarterback is going to make you pay. And he made us pay time and time again. Like, I thought Jordan Love played pretty well, except for that really bad interception to Byard. I thought he played really well, in all honesty.
Yeah,
Clarence, what do you think about Jordan Love?
Well, he's a competent quarterback.
Yeah.
And like I said a few minutes ago, if you allow him or any competent quarterback for that matter to sit back in the pocket,
Sure.
they're going to tear you apart. I got news for you guys. And it ain't simply because I like him, but if we don't get pressure on Shedeur Sanders, it's going to pick us apart when we play them Sunday. So it's not just for the simple fact of we're looking at the talent level of the other team's quarterback. It's just a simple fact that you cannot allow a quarterback to get comfortable in the pocket. They will kill you. And if you mix that up with a competent running game, and oh, by the way, guys, once again, what happened on Sunday? How many plays did the Green Bay tight end hurt us?
Yeah.
A few. Why? Because we refused to smack the tight end in the mouth coming off the line. No matter who we play, we will allow the tight end to come unmolested off the line, untouched, and get down into the zone, and he's wide open. It happened all game.
We were doing
and we refused to do anything about it.
Yeah.
There was
and the only reason why the tight end didn't have more plays and more yards is because we couldn't guard the wide receivers.
Yeah.
So, I don't get it. And like Arthur said, what was Dennis Allen's game plan on the Christian Watson 58-yard touchdown? Why are we in single high safety?
I don't know.
With the guy back 25 yards? That makes no sense. What are we doing?
Single high safety. What they had like 4 receivers.
Yes. Yes. And Christian Watson runs right off the line. Gardner Johnson can't catch up to him. He's wide open and he's gone.
Well,
I'm sitting there looking at it. I mean, to see a play line up and watch it unfold, and it's against your team, is just gut wrenching. Mm-hmm. I knew we were in trouble. I'm sitting there looking at the line. I'm like, God, why are we in single high safety? And we're playing 10 yards off the receiver. We don't even jam them.
No,
what are we doing?
Jam. We never jam anymore.
No, they didn't touch anybody coming off the line.
We just allow free releases all day long. It's like the days of jamming the receivers at the line is like almost gone.
That's why I say it's like it was like
it's
Jordan
like a lost
Love
art.
knew. It's like Jordan Love knew what we were playing on defense. Like he came up to
I bet you his eyes lit up when he saw that line. Hey, I bet you that.
Oh yeah, it was over. Like he comes up to the line, he see two deep safeties. He can run the ball with Jacob, and Jacob
Yeah.
got 5 yards right off the back. He knew exactly what defense we were in at all times. So that's why I say Dennis Allen kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Like I don't know what game plan he had or.
Yeah. Well, the good news is he can adjust it for next week, right? It's going to be pretty fresh.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cold from what they were saying. Let me ask you guys something. Caleb Williams, we saw him make two, I argue 3 franchise quarterback throws. I mean, the one to Kmet,
It was crazy.
that was, I mean, even Clarence even said who has been the hardest one to convince, but that was crazy. And then I don't know what you call the throw to Zacchaeus. That was like a suicide throw because that's something he shouldn't have thrown because that could have easily been picked. But I thought the play to Duvernay was also an incredible throw. I mean, those were 3 incredible throws, and it shows
super
why
high
he's
degree of difficulty.
it
That's
shows
you
why
make that
he's
stuff.
franchise. It shows why he's got the franchise label. But the first half, he was horrible. I would call him a bust in the first half. It was like the tale of 2 halves.
Yeah.
I mean, the second half, I thought he was incredible. Anybody else think so or disagree with that take?
I mean, at the end of the day, you're looking at it and you look at the body of work. It's just too many missed opportunities in the first half. It takes this team too long to warm up. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like a damn car in 15-degree weather. You got to thank God you got remote start and you stand up there and crank your car up and wait 15 minutes to warm up. We're waiting a half.
Yeah.
It's just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. To go into halftime, what we were down 14-3
Yes.
at halftime,
Yes.
and there's no reason for it. Yes, you can make the hard throws, and they calling you a generational talent. But why can't you put this together? Why can't we see it for a whole game? I'm not asking you to go out there and drop 55 points on the Packers, but we shouldn't have to dig out of these holes. And we've had to do it against everybody, even the bad teams.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and hope that you're going to get these opportunities to lead your team on a last drive to win the football game, to reach legendary status. I mean, Joe Montana, Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, Tom Brady, the greats make you pay all game when you make mistakes.
Yeah.
They don't just wait until it's winter time before they start showing you who they are. I want to see who you are now in the first and second quarter. We should be putting points on the board. There's no way we should be going into halftime against some of these teams and we're losing. Because I guarantee you guys, if you thought Green Bay gave us a hardest half, wait till what Myles Garrett and the guys show us on Sunday. We can't play around with them.
No.
That's the best defense in the league.
No. So let me ask you guys something. This is a lot on social media. DJ Moore, 4 targets. We're paying this man $20+ million. Like, what are we? Yeah. Where's our return on our investment there, Arthur? Where's our return on? I mean, I don't think it's DJ's fault. If he only got 4 targets, he only got 4 targets. I mean, what are we doing? Why is he not on the game in the game plan?
I think there's a misconnection with Caleb and DJ Moore.
There is.
I don't think that it's not. Some of the calls that Green Bay that was questionable. A bubble screen, they blitzing. You said DJ Moore, like you set him up for failure on that throw. But I think it's just the connection between Caleb and DJ is just not there. I mean, because DJ, he's been schemed open. I mean, there's multiple drives we've seen DJ being open. Do I think they using DJ the right way?
No.
In my opinion, not really. I don't like him being in the backfield like that. And I can tell by the way he's playing, he doesn't like it either.
Todd, we got $20 million plus invested in him a season. We need to be getting return on our investment.
We do.
Like what? Like I can't understand why we don't have him in the game plan. 4 targets for. You could call him a number 1 or not, but still, that's not enough.
And
4 targets is not enough.
And this is with Rome not in the game, where you don't have to account for those targets.
Right.
I don't know. I know that they have since the bye week and they came out, we're going to run the ball, and they've effectively run the ball really well
Yeah,
overall.
I would
that
never
time period.
tell them to
Taken
ratchet
away
down.
from that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it myself, but he's owed a lot of money still.
Yeah, he just signed that contract last year.
Yeah,
so he was signing on the on the show, our Knox.
he's
So I'm
got
signing it.
well, he's got guaranteed money next year, and that's it. So it's pretty front loaded, but I don't know. It just seems to have never really worked, and I've thought pretty much that if they're going to make a move involving a player for player trade, I think he's the obvious choice, and maybe Cole, but I thought that extension might have been a little premature. He was a little underpaid because he had been productive, but now he's extremely overpaid for his use. So,
Right, his use, right.
Right.
It's not his fault though if he's not getting targets.
right.
I mean, he needs targets. Like, Clarence, do you think so? Not think so? To me, he needs targets.
I'm gonna give you my underrated thoughts on him. He's been sucking ever since Justin Fields left town,
Yep.
and it has shown in a lot of places. He has been soaking ever since Justin Fields left town. He ain't been the same player since. And as it ain't always his fault, but even if it's part of your fault, then you're part of the problem.
Right.
And so for me, it just goes back to what we previous topic was. Our quarterback has to get better because there are times where he should be able to get the ball to him, a catchable ball, I would say. I don't think that he has as much drops as Rome Odunze has. Rome Odunze leads the team in targets. But for me, one of my issues with the Chicago Bears is we have nobody on offense at the skill positions that scares the opposing teams. We don't have a single wide receiver that can beat anybody else on one-on-one. And if we want to get to the next level, we have got to get that. And with the money that he's making, he's got to be the person that leads the team in targets, and he's not.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Rome should be that guy. Honestly, the guy closest to scaring somebody, in my mind, is Loveland.
Yeah,
right?
he's
the biggest mismatch, but he's a rook still, so he could get there. But no, I hear what you're saying. There's no, I don't.
Yeah, and because
DJ,
the question also is about his money. We haven't got our return from investment on him. We haven't got our return from the investment from Montez Sweat. We damn sure ain't got our return on investment from Gordon because he's never there.
No.
So we've lost money with that. The Chicago Bears has always been a destination where you can go and get paid if you're a free agency. We ain't got, even before he got hurt, Odebayo he wasn't blowing anybody's socks off with his play, and we paid him.
Mhm.
He's overpaid.
Yeah.
So it's a culture thing that we have got to do within our organization about bringing guys in and paying them more than what they're worth. Because it's handicapping us right now. And Todd, you know this because you're our numbers guy.
Yeah. The thing you keep hearing about is, and maybe they can make this work with this Thibodeau trade. I think that's the thing to do, and we've talked about that before. But when I think of DJ, I'm too old to use this term, but I think what the kids say or what they said 5 years ago, it's probably not something. Forever butthurt, isn't that what I mean? When I look at that guy, that's what I see. He just always looks like he couldn't be more miserable to be there. And that was in Carolina too. That wasn't just with us. This is the player, but I don't know. He may be a great guy, but it just comes off as a guy who's going to quit on you and a guy who's not going to be there. And, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the feeling that gets portrayed.
Arthur, what's
But
your take on it? Go ahead.
before Arthur goes, let me just say this. One problem that I have, and wide receivers have always been universally known as divas.
Yes.
But sometimes I want to hear you because A.J. Brown was making noise before Philly hit this losing streak.
Yeah,
And they were winning. And he was like, get me the ball. I want to contribute. He's been paid. You ain't heard that out of DJ Moore. We paid you. Why aren't you raising hell about not getting the ball? Why is a second-year player leading the team in targets? I'm not talking about receptions. He leads the team in targets. You're supposed to be the guy
Yeah, and
and
it
at
wasn't like,
least make some noise.
I mean, I know Rome's a top 10 pick. It wasn't like DJ was a scrub that they found. I mean, the Carolina, he was a mid-first round pick for the Panthers. I mean, it's a guy that should be more
Targeted.
vocal and a leader, you know, then he's some guys just don't have that. And maybe that's the case. And maybe, you know, maybe that's why they were eager to include him on that deal. But I don't know. I don't think that Ben Johnson, I know some of the coaching staff would not put up with it, and I don't know that Johnson's going to put up with it. I just hope we get some kind of value on it.
Arthur, what's your take on the DJ Moore?
Yeah, I mean, like I think going back to like when Justin Fields left, I think that was definitely an effect. I don't see the spark that he
Right.
used to have anymore since
The
he left.
chemistry is gone.
Yeah, it's non-existent, and and that's why I go back to Caleb and that connection. You know, Caleb's
Yeah.
favorite hits are Loveland, Rome,
Yeah.
and then now it's looking like Luther Burden. So before he even looking DJ Moore's way, he's looking at other targets before him. So I think that also play a part. I think maybe changing things up on Ben Johnson's side a little bit. Like I said, I didn't like the bubble screen play. I on when there's the blitz coming, that you just set him up for failure. I mean, 4 targets and -4 yards. That's diabolical, man.
But
That's crazy.
I feel like
It's crazy.
I feel like that, at the beginning of the year that Johnson, we had some question marks at running back, and all right, we're going to manufacture 5 or 6 touches for this guy running the ball. It felt like they were trying to do things for him. Never really reacted positively about any of it, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like a good fit right now.
Yeah,
No,
the spirit is gone. That's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah, and I think that, and it was legitimate with Justin. When they were the guys, and it was 1 + 2 is 7, and all that.
Yeah.
He seemed happy then that he was the focal point. But now there's so many people you got to share the ball with, and he's just not happy about it.
So, guys, real quick before we get to the play, Kyler Gordon was officially announced he's pretty much going to miss the rest of the season. He was warming up. Don't know what happened. Todd, we were hard on Tevin Jenkins last year because he couldn't stay on the field. He was a health concern. Would start, never finish, never show up. It's time to cut. We can't cut ties with him because we're paying him.
Kyler, he'll throw a band into the wind, right? And I love that. And he'll tackle, but he gets himself hurt all the time. He's a small guy. That's why he plays nickel. Probably can't play on the outside. We don't need him to, but I pulled up his deal because I knew it was a 3-year extension, but it's a 1-year extension. His guaranteed money ends after next year. So he'll be here. He's technically the second highest paid nickel in the NFL behind Jalen Petrie in Houston. But when he's there, he's very effective.
Yes, he is.
He'll be here next year, but he may not be after that.
I mean, Ben Johnson's not hiding his disgust. If you listen to his press conferences, he's like, I do not know this guy as a player. A player.
Nickel in general, I mean, he was a second-round pick for a reason, because of his size, because you knew you were going to have to play him inside.
I mean, that is Ben Johnson's comments in a press conference. I did not make that. Arthur, what's your take on the Kyler Gordon situation? I mean, he really didn't play at all this year. He played a game or two. I mean, Ben Johnson's not hiding his disgust with him.
When he's healthy, he's great. He's good. When he's healthy, he's good. I mean, I think at this point, as Bears fans, and I think even as Chicago Bears staff, I mean, we did not expect the Bears to be 9-4 right now.
No,
right now. I predicted 8-9, 9-8 win. We'll probably miss the playoffs. Now you're looking at the Chicago Bears potentially making the playoffs. So when we go to the offseason, you're going to have to really look at, Gordon. You know, you're gonna have to really look at things because we're a year ahead of schedule. So next season, you're gonna have to look at the team possibly trying to push. So when you got these guys that's out here and they can't play a full season, you know, there's some changes that might need to happen. So getting injured before the game even started is just it's crazy.
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
Yeah, it did mine too. Clarence, what's your take on the Kyler Gordon situation? Time to move
What
on.
what do I always say? The best ability is availability. And the fact that, you say, I think Todd said it, he's great, when he plays, but that's the problem. It's when he
Right.
plays.
He's gonna
He
play
misses a lot of time. I mean,
gonna
I
play
call him,
9 games, maybe a season, something like that.
yeah, I mean, I call him the Anthony Davis of football. You just live in street clothes. And we can't have that, especially after we paid you. It's just the best ability is availability. I don't care who you are, but if I can't count on you to be there and to help our football team, what do we have you here for?
No, I
When
agree.
you're sitting there watching more games from the sidelines than you are contributing, and the worst thing for him right now is we're winning football games
We are.
and you're not available. You become expendable because we can allocate that money someplace else. Because as we all know, we got a whole bunch of needs on this football team. Why am I paying you to sit your ass on the sideline and you never able to play?
Especially
You
on
know,
defense.
especially on defense. We need a
Especially.
pass rusher, fellas. We need a
Big
pass
time.
rusher. Matter of fact, we need a pass rusher, but we need a 3 technique.
Yes.
But I'm sitting there paying you, and as Todd said,
Yeah.
you're the second highest nickel back in the league, and I can't depend on you to be there on Sundays. You sitting up there with a cap on your head.
Yeah. And we just
Come
brung in
on,
CJ.
bro. Yeah, come on, bro.
David Gardner said facts, Clarence. So he likes what you're. And then Carlos Bailey said, "Bear down, guys. Bear down, Carlos." Let's get to the play. It's the last thing I wanted to bring up. The play. I watched this clip so many times. To me, my personal opinion. Again, I'm not a coach. Never claimed to be. My personal opinion is Caleb went to commit. He should have. He was just late, and he should have thrown a better ball. It should have been to the back of the pylon. Todd, I know you've watched it. What is your take on this play? And it is the play.
Yeah, it's a bad pass. I think the play before when they didn't pick up the first down really kind of dictated what they had to do. I appreciate them wanting to run it all the way down to 0, and for sure they were going to go for 2 and win or lose there, and that's what you want to see. But yeah, it's just a bad ball. And I originally was part of the DJ. How'd you miss him? But if you look, the lane was blocked. Even Ben said he was like option 4, and it wasn't the best. I just, I think if they could have picked up the first down, they would have had more time to draw something up. But hey,
Andy, run that play one more time. So you don't have the clock.
No.
Okay.
But to me, I mean, first off, the Green Bay defender made a tremendous play. 'Cause if you watch closely, he's following DJ, then he peels off, and I think he decided on his own, oh, shit, Kmet is wide open. I'm going to go over here anyway. I don't think Kmet was his guy. I mean, to me, the play was there.
right there.
It was, yes, he needs to me, Caleb was late with the ball.
Yeah, it was late and underthrown.
Yeah. So, Arthur, what is your take on the play?
I like the play. I mean, I know a lot of Bears fans, they like, oh, why don't you just run it up the middle? I mean, running the ball is a good play too, but if you got all those people in the box, I mean, and the Packers run defense is pretty solid, and they expecting you to run. Going that play was a good play. I think the play overall was a solid play. I like the play even while I was watching it. Caleb should have thrown the ball way sooner to Cole Kmet, but you got to understand too,
Yeah.
when you got Swift coming off the flat, that's his first read.
It is.
So it's kind of going
Right.
at the same time. His first read is the flat. So as soon as he sees it and it's kind of not there, and then he tries to get to Cole Kmet, the safety take over Cole Kmet. But all in all, I mean, that play was the best play to go for. I like the play that Ben Johnson put up, and to it looked like we was gonna go down the field, go for 2, and try to win the game. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
I mean, all in all, the play is solid. I liked it.
So, Clarence, before I let you go, David Garner said, I played with Keeson in college. Bittersweet moment, but I honestly would have liked Kmet to run the route more flat. I mean,
Big shout out to David. We used to go to high school together.
Nice. So you got a high school buddy watching us. Nice. So anyway, I mean, I thought Caleb should have put it towards the back corner as well of the pylon. And I thought he was late with the throw, but
yeah, he was late.
And full speed. David Garner also says at full speed. So Clarence, what was your take on the play?
Well, I've got numerous issues with the play. Starting out, number one, I thought that Ben Johnson's, once again, his clock management was atrocious. We had 1 minute and 30-something seconds with 2 timeouts. At the time of this play, there was less than 35 to 40 seconds left in the game. Why the hell are we taking our time?
Mm-hmm.
I guess he thought we were going to score too soon. He didn't want to give them the ball back. But
we didn't want to give Green Bay the ball back because we had nothing for Jordan Love all game.
But
I don't know if I would have given the ball back.
But the only reason why that play went to the end zone is because we wasted time.
Right.
Had we kept threatening them, we would have been able to run the ball with 2 timeouts. So there is even no need to even get to ourselves to the situation to where it's either throw the ball to the end zone or ball game's over. So that's my number one problem. Number two, I would have liked that play that went to the other side of the field because Caleb Williams is right-handed. You're running him to the left, forcing him to throw the ball across his body, which is one of the factors on why the ball was late, because he has to square up. So if you run the play to the right, he's right-handed, he can make a more accurate throw. The ball may have been on time, and we might not be talking about this. Third, I would have liked to have seen a jump ball. The defender is 5'11". Cole Kmet is 6'5". If you throw him a jump ball where maybe he can get up to get to it, you see how he had to square up, almost backpedaling to throw the ball. If this play would have went to the other side of the field where he's right-handed, we might have had a more accurate ball, and he wouldn't have been late with the ball. So those are my issues with it.
Yeah,
I like the aggressiveness. Huh?
I think was it last week they were doing interviews, Caleb and Ben, talking about they didn't like 50-50 balls. They want to run the play the way it is. And, I mean, I agree. You've got a big advantage. Why wouldn't you try to use that? But
why not try? Why not try?
The ball was late, but they don't like the 50-50 thing. They want to. But when your quarterback's throwing at 70% completion ratio, then you can do that. But if he's at 56 where he is right now, then you better throw some 50-50 balls.
Yeah, and the game is on the line. So, I mean, you drew the play up to have a lesser defender because it wasn't a line commit. You've got a cornerback on him, so you have the advantage. Use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, those are my issues with it. The play design was fine. I just think that it went to the wrong side of the field, and I would have liked to have seen DJ Moore run the ball up the seam. Run his route up the seam instead of the flat route that he ran, and Caleb Williams probably would have seen him, and he would have moonwalked into the end zone. So those are my issues with it.
With the time wasted, we could have ran 3 or 4 plays, but
that's my point.
But they didn't want to score with 45 seconds on the clock.
No,
well, I mean, score, get the lead, or go for 2. If you don't get it, then you lose it there anyway. Make your defense play for 30 seconds. I mean, my God, you can't play for 30 seconds.
Have them work for it.
Yeah. I mean, I did not want to give Green Bay the ball back. I would.
Yeah, I mean, but you're running high. Yeah. You're running high percentage plays, and to me, pounding them with Swift. Because at that time, guys, we had that defense worn down.
They were tired.
We were starting to bust them for 5 and 6 yards of play. Yeah. So if we're not against the clock ourselves and we dictate what's happening with being in and out of the huddle, using our 2 timeouts, I mean, I think that we would have just given ourselves a better chance to win that football game instead of, having it that way in that position. With it being, either I make this completion or that's ball game. And, we didn't even have to do that. We only needed 1 yard for the first down.
Right. Yeah, no, if
They
we
did
got
it.
the first down, we wouldn't have been going to the end zone on the next play. We
Right.
didn't need. Yeah, it's aggravating. I mean, look, we won
All
a
right.
bunch of games, and we're not going to win them all, but to lose to them, that sucks.
All right. Good.
And
Let's move on.
that's where I'm
Go
at,
ahead.
Todd, because
Yeah.
I am tired of coming up short to where we're this close,
Mhm.
especially to Green Bay,
Yes.
especially to them. When you show the graphics on how many games we have played in the last 10 years and how many games we have won, it's criminal.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
And I say
I
this
know.
every time too. Wisconsin ain't known for nothing but cheese, and we losing to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. So, guys, let's move on real quick. 'Cause I know Clarence wants to get into football, college football too, a little bit. But we do have a game this Sunday. In case you haven't heard, it is supposed to be frigid. They are expecting wind chill to be to make it around -20 around kickoff. But the Cleveland Browns, as Clarence has already alluded to, are no joke on defense. They are not a joke. Myles Garrett is not a joke. They have an elite level defense. So, Todd,
Yes, sir.
we got to win. Like we
We-
have to win. Our
we
backs
really
are
have
against
to.
the
We
wall.
really have to win.
Right
Yeah.
now, we are touchdown favorites, and ESPN gives us a 72% chance to win this Sunday. So, Todd,
That feels right.
I mean, Shedeur Sanders is the starting quarterback now. He's going to be starting the remainder of the year. We
Yep.
get to see our old buddy Tevin Jenkins. He's going to be playing at guard.
That's
We also-
bad for them.
Yes. We also get to see Mason Graham, who we all liked in college, and we all wish we could have drafted. But Todd,
he
wins
hasn't
Sunday.
had the best year either.
No, he has not. But Myles Garrett is no joke.
He is
He's
fantastic.
standing at 21 sacks
Yeah,
right now.
he's the best.
He is by far the best. Todd, who wins Sunday and why?
Oh, we win. We win Sunday. We just need to pound it. I know that they are a good defense. They lost their best run blocker, our run stopper, week 4 last.
Malik
It's going to be
Collins.
cold. I think you just have to pound it. And they lost their center this week.
Yes,
Their
they did.
receivers are, but it's got to be terrible weather anyway. Their young rookie tight end's been pretty great, and I don't know. And Njoku went down last week, because the tight end is always our issue. I don't know if he's playing, but
I'd be surprised.
the other tight end fan really is essentially a receiver,
Yes.
He's a lot like Colson. But yeah, we have to come out and control this game from the beginning.
We have to run the ball with those weather conditions.
Yeah.
That is run the ball all day long. But Cleveland, like I said, is no joke on defense.
Do we
So-
know how strong those winds are? They say that's it because that's going to make it. I mean, they're going to be strong. It's always strong.
So
That
Arthur?
ain't no joke.
can we win this Sunday? Or we have to win, don't we?
Oh yeah, nah, we could definitely win it Sunday, but we got to control the tempo of the game. We gotta the adjustments got to be made fast. Myles Garrett ain't no joke.
No.
Caleb Williams can't be playing around with him like he was playing with Watt and got sacked in the end zone. So he's got
That's
to
a great
he's
point.
got to really lock in because Myles Garrett been in the game for a while, 21 sacks. I don't want to be the team that he break the record on. It's quick.
Feels like that's possible.
Yes.
It do. He's what he's like almost 300 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, he's
quick.
no joke.
He's fast.
Yeah,
So you got to make adjustments quick. Not too long like playing Green Bay. I think the second half we start rolling Caleb Williams out the pocket. We can't do that. We can't wait till halftime to start doing things. We got to make it. It got to be quick and
It was-
fast.
His official measurements is 6'4", 272, but he's a true edge
Yeah.
rusher with bend at that weight. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And we
I
need to
mean,
make
Caleb played him before, but
Yeah.
he's still you can't play around with him. I mean, especially even they don't have the big thing. They don't have nothing to lose, and that's
No,
the
they
dangerous
don't.
thing about the
Right,
Browns right now.
That's for sure. Yeah.
And we need to make sure our equipment crew brings the right size cleats this time because we were
Well,
slipping all the time in Green
It's
Bay.
our building. We should definitely know,
Yes.
but we should know in Green Bay too. That's
So Clarence, I'm going to you last because I know you were a Shedeur Sanders fan when he was at Colorado. And I know you like Junkins a lot. You have him on your fantasy team.
yeah.
So Clarence, who wins this game Sunday?
I think the Chicago Bears win this football game. I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, the Cleveland Browns don't have the skill at the wide receiver position that gave us so much trouble against the Packers. Isaiah Bond and Jerry Judy, they're just not the kind of guys that you fear one on one. We should be able to contain them. Um, the Cleveland Browns have struggled to run the ball most of the year. And it's because they got one of the poorest offensive lines I have ever seen.
Mhm.
And if Sweat and those guys can't get home on Sunday, then God help you. If you can't get pressure on Shador, and I'm not even asking for a 4 or 5 sack game. I'm asking you to make things uncomfortable for him back there.
Right.
Make
Yes, that's what you
speed his
should
clock
do.
up. Do not allow him to sit back there in that pocket and tear you apart because you should be able to contain their guys on the outside. They don't have the speed that you just saw against the Green Bay Packers. They don't have it. So we should be able to contain them. And we should be able to shut their running game down. So I said all of that to say this. If we run the ball on them, don't let them run the ball on us. With the conditions, it shouldn't be one of those times where Shadua is going to be able to throw for 368 yards on us like he did against Tennessee. We should win this football game. We should win this football game handily. We have to win this football game because we got to play the Packers. We got to play Detroit. And we got to play the 49ers to finish this season. We ain't got time to be dropping a game to a team like this. If we do, we don't deserve to even be talking about the playoffs. Shame on us if we lose this football game.
Yeah, I think we should win. I think it could be ugly. I think the weather could make it close. I don't know if I would any of you guys take the spread, us winning by 7? Any of
Absolutely.
you think
yeah.
we're gonna win by more than 7?
They just lost to the Tennessee Titans, for God's sake.
I
You
know
see how
they did.
bad they have been?
I know, but I'm saying the weather really could be a factor.
We still
Yeah, we're gonna bring the ball
top,
down their throat.
still the top of the NFL with takeaways. You know, our defense ain't no games to play with. So
No, yeah.
DA gonna dial. He need to dial something up and throw everything at Shador, all different disguises. He's a rookie,
Yep.
and he hasn't been playing with the starters like that. So he needs to cook them.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I agree.
100%.
This game should be. I mean, honestly, it's the interior offensive line. It's Dahlman and Tooney and Jonah Jackson. They should push around that front, and we should be able to just control the clock and just run the ball down their throat.
I mean, that's
Long
all I would-
drives.
Yep, that's all I would try to focus on is running the ball.
if we threw the ball 15 times, I'm happy with that. You know, that's
Yeah, another Philadelphia game, the way that we played the Eagles, because it's two things. It's two things that Cleveland has struggled with this year. That's protecting their quarterback and being able to run the ball. They ain't done neither one of those things well. And if you can't do those two things well, you can't expect to win a whole lot of football games. I don't care who your quarterback is. If you can't be protected and you can't run the ball, I mean, God help you.
No, I mean, I agree 100%. So, Clarence, I'm gonna let you kick us off because you wanted to talk about college football a little bit before we sign off. So, you want to talk about it, so take it away, and we're feed off you for once.
Well, I mean, everybody knows I'm a Notre Dame fan, and what the nation has tried to put out there and to put Miami versus Notre Dame and play that narrative. For me, it's a lot more simpler than that. Yes, Miami beat Notre Dame head to head in their building in the first game of the season. That is facts. But what also is facts is the moment that Notre Dame lost their first 2 games to Miami and Texas A&M, and those first college football playoff rankings came out, Notre Dame was ahead of Miami the whole year. So my frustration, I'm sure Notre Dame's frustration is, how is it that a team can be ranked ahead of another team for the whole duration, every week that you place new brackets and televised it, and then all of a sudden, when they're at home for 2 weeks, that same team that's been behind the other team finally jumps up and ain't played a game. Make that make sense. You can't. How is it that you're going to have a 12-team playoff and it's supposed to be the 12 best teams in the nation, and you got Power 5 teams like
James
from the
Madison.
Sun Belt Conference, James Madison and
Tulane.
Tulane. I mean, come on. Notre Dame would beat both of those by 50. How are they in the playoffs? And Notre Dame is not. And Texas is not. And my last thing that really, got my boxes in a bunch is the fact that Alabama played their last 4 games. They lost 2 of them, right? They lose to the championship game. They lose to Georgia by 3 touchdowns.
Mhm.
3. They just get
Yeah.
lambasted. They rush for a -4 yards. So if you're the committee and it's supposed to be mattering to you how teams look when you're deciding if they belong or not, how anybody can tell you that Alabama deserved to be in the playoffs? All of these quote unquote professionals, prognosticators, and experts telling you that Alabama belonged in the playoffs. What are you watching? They got beat by 3 touchdowns. They were firmly on the 9 line, the 9 position. They lose the championship game and they don't move. Ohio State plays Indiana in the championship game of the Big Ten. Ohio State loses. They drop from number 1 to number 2.
Mhm.
BYU plays Texas Tech. BYU has only lost twice. Both losses came to the same team. They get destroyed in a championship game. You move them down, but then you get on national television and you tell everybody willing to listen that you did not want to penalize Alabama for making it to the championship game and losing. But you punished Ohio State for losing. You punished BYU for losing. Make it make sense. Because all of those serious moves kept Notre Dame from making it to the playoff. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, when the ball is on your racket, you got to serve. So Notre Dame, had you not lost to Miami the first game of the season, you wouldn't have been in a situation. Had your dumbass backup quarterback been able to handle a snap and you're not missing extra point on a touchdown, you wouldn't have this situation. So you're not escape from criticism here either. But all I'm saying is my frustration with the college football playoff, the whole process is totally flawed. It's got to
It
get
is.
fixed because you
Broken.
can't have shows every single week showing one team to be in a playoff position and another team to be behind them, and then neither one of those 2 teams play for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden the other team jumps them. That's crazy. That's
SEC
crazy.
bias. You live down here, man. It's SEC bias. You know that.
Well, I mean, but everybody keeps
Yeah.
talking about Notre Dame not a school in America that would take the opportunity to be that would not take the opportunity to be an independent. So when you're playing these bowl games and you're playing in the playoff brackets, no school in America would turn down the opportunity to keep all the money for themselves. Don't hate on Notre Dame because their brand allows them to do that.
Right.
It is, I mean, nobody will simply say, oh, well, we'll just give up all this money. We'll agree to share this $14 million with the ACC every single year instead of keeping it for ourselves. We'll just tell NBC to keep your television money. We don't want it because we want to play in the conference to appease everybody else in the nation. Hell no, it ain't happening. So you can't use that as a reason to punish Notre Dame simply because you hate it that they have the ability to tell everybody else to stick it and not want to take your money and be in the conference. And why should they play in a lower tier bowl? Why is everybody upset at Notre Dame because they told the Pop-Tart Bowl to suck it? They don't want to go play in that. I mean, what do you expect for them? You just pull the rug out from under him, and then you're going to tell them, oh, well, we're not going to let you play in the playoffs, but we'll fly you out there to Orlando. You can go to Disney World and play in the Pop-Top Bowl. Hell no, they're not doing that. But everybody gets on there and criticizes them for that. They're only one of the 10 teams that told the bowl games that they didn't want to play them. You had 9 other teams that opt out of the bowl season. The bowl games don't carry the same weight that they did before. Why? Because you got a playoff.
Yeah.
When you had the BCS and you had sports writers that was determining who was going to play in the national championship, the bowl games was super important then because only 2 teams got to play for the national championship. Now you got 12. You don't think these other people are going to start saying, well, we're going to opt out. We didn't get a chance to go to play the playoff. Why should we go play in the Tostitos Bowl or play in the Snoop Dogg Bowl? Who wants to do that? So the whole system's got to get fixed.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do.
When I think Snoop Dogg Bowl, I'm not thinking football.
I mean, I do think college football. I mean, I do think college sports in general is broken. I mean, you're going to have salary caps in place sooner or later for this NIL money. You're going to have to. And the bowl system is, like Clarence, I think it's useless. If you're not in the playoffs, why play it?
It's like you're trying to make everybody win.
Yeah.
Everybody, you can't.
No, I mean, if you're not in the playoffs,
I'm sorry,
what's the point?
there's no, I was getting ready to say the same thing you was getting ready to say. What's the point? There isn't. There isn't
There's
one.
no
Because these
plan.
players don't get nothing for going to play in the Pop-Tart Bowl. It ain't like they get, all these coupons to where they can go to Walmart and get all the Pop-Tarts they want for the rest of their lives. What incentives do you get for going to play in the damn play, winning the Pop-Tart Bowl? You get nothing. Only the school gets money. So why should you go do it? It makes absolutely no sense. And when the same committee screwed Florida State 2 years ago, who finished the season undefeated, and you wouldn't allow them to play in the playoff because their starting quarterback got hurt and lost for the rest of the season. Yeah. You deemed them unworthy to go to the playoff simply because they didn't have a quarterback. Right. And then you get mad because Notre Dame's mad. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, I mean, we could do a whole podcast on college football and why it's just broken. It just is. And then you're going to have transfer portals. You're going to have players opt out anyway so they don't get injured in a bowl game. It's just a broken system now.
Yeah, but still, I mean, for years, those guys never made a dime, and that sucked too. So,
and NIL money is a real thing now.
It needs to be governed. I mean, people have the school should not make money off of you. If we played in the sport and you're selling our name, image, and likeness, and you just telling me, oh, well, we're letting you come to school and giving you board, giving you a room because you still had to pay for your own food. There's problems with that. When they're selling video games with you and your name is on it and they're making money off of that, there's something wrong with that. But you just can't let them go. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that, that felt that way, but you just can't have it the way it is now. It's just free willing. It's you're buying players.
Yeah,
something has to happen.
Oh, you are.
You can't.
Absolutely.
You can't allow these players to leave one school and go to a different school simply because that other school called them and say, "Hey, you're making $2 million there. We'll give you $3 million to come play for us." You leave that school, another school. It's to the highest bidder every year. There's something wrong with that. Because we don't even let you do that in the pros. You have to sign a contract. And I think that's what needs to happen in college sports. We need to go ahead and get rid of the transfer portal. You sign the contract. If I'm going to pay you to come and play here, you need to sign the contract.
Yeah.
Arthur, anything you want to add to what Clarence has said? I know you said you're not a big college fan, but anything you want to add real quick?
I mean, no, it's a scam. I mean, you're scamming out these players, and then you got the whole situation with the coach that at Ole Miss that's going to LSU.
That was another terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah, it's
he's the worst.
like we used to call it in the Army. It's a soup sandwich, man.
Yeah. But I mean, seriously, you just lost a coach in midseason, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, say what you want about Ole Miss. I don't know if they can win it all, but you still lost your coach in midseason. You left him get hired away. You can't even do that in NFL, hire another coach in midseason.
No.
I mean, that's terrible. Like, I'm not saying Ole Miss would win it all. I don't know if they would or not, but you just allowed a coach to be hired away in midseason.
The NCAA should not allow LSU to call him and talk to him about that job during season. I mean, it's just common freaking sense.
It should be like NFL. Season has to be over, period.
Yeah. The NCAA, the powers that be in the NCAA is asleep at the wheel, and they have been that way for decades. The decision makers in that room to come up with these policies and not even have any kind of format on how it's supposed to happen. And I'm talking particularly about the NIL. By hiring God's name, you allow one school to fire their coach in the season and then call another school's coach and tell him to come down here and let us talk to you about this job. Why this team is in the midst of a playoff run
Yeah.
is criminal.
It
Yeah,
is.
It should be
bring
against the
15
rules.
Bring 15 players with you.
And the coaching
Yeah,
staff he's taking
and
with him.
coaches. Yeah, because he sent them
It's-
text messages telling them if you want to go to LSU, you better be on the plane today at X amount of time. That's wrong.
The
It was, yeah, it's wrong. It's so wrong on every level. But with that, let me go ahead and get into our final thoughts. Arthur, thank you for joining us. Enjoyed having you as always. You're always welcome back. Thank you for the comments tonight. As always, you can find us on Twitch, X, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. My final thoughts are we got to win Sunday. We can't afford to lose. We can't afford to let up. If we win Sunday, then we can beat Green Bay, and then we can be right back there to number 1, number 2 seed instead of number 7. So we got to win. I think we should win. I think we will win. So Todd, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I want that, and I want our old quarterback Sean Payton to take it to the Packers. So go Broncos! I
Yeah.
still want to win this division. I don't want to sneak in here. I want to win. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking.
So Arthur, what are your final thoughts?
Just go beat the Browns, man. Go beat the Browns, get this 10 win, and 1-0 every week.
Yes, true that. So Clarence, we already know your blood pressure's sky high to the roof. We just heard you go off about college football. So what are your final thoughts?
It's the start of fantasy football playoffs.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God, Todd, I forgot to tell you, man.
Somebody's got to buy.
Somebody's daughter was on the phone last night just chirping away about the champ and taking a belt to everyone's ass.
Yeah.
She is feeling herself.
I snuck into the playoffs, so I'm just in awe of you guys.
Well, to be honest with you, you're the team that she's most worried about. It ain't me or Andy. She's most worried about your team.
I am the lowest seed, so
Yeah, she doesn't.
But I can tell you this: hell have no fury if she wins this championship this year,
yeah.
because I would not hear the end of it.
I'm just happy J9 went out on a winning streak after that auto draft.
Oh my God.
I skipped out on fantasy this year, but next year, yeah, coming.
Well, man, if we got a spot open, you can play with us. It
We
gets
do have a
heated.
spot open next year.
Oh,
We
who's
do have a
dropping
spot
out?
open.
Who's already dropping out?
My son is.
Oh,
Yeah. All right.
He said it was a 1-year thing. So yeah.
Okay.
all right. With that, guys, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. Peace out. Go Bears.
The Bears.
There it is.
Till next time.